The misunderstanding. Ratnakar, the merchant of Nandanpur, had a son named Ajit. Away in the city of Chitravati was another merchant who had a daughter named Sushila. She was as beautiful as she was intelligent. At least that is what people who knew her told about her. Ratnakar believed such reports and got Ajit married to Sushila. But in a few days he began wondering if what he did was right. At times, Sushila's conduct seemed rather queer to him, but he was quite bewildered at what he observed one night. She went out after her husband had fallen asleep towards the river carrying an empty jar. She returned after a while, the jar still empty. What is the matter, my daughter? If you went to fetch water at this unearthly hour, why did you return without it? Ratnakar asked the young lady. Father, I went not to fetch water, but for something of much less worth. That is why I did not bring it, she replied. Ratnakar kept quiet. He was left in no doubt that there was something quite wrong with this woman. He wanted to discuss his doubts with Ajit, but he could not do so while Sushila was in the house. I feel that she should go over to her father's house for a few days, he said to his son. I am going to Chitravati on business. Let her accompany me. I shall leave her there. We shall arrange to bring her after some days, proposed Ratnakar. Ajit did not understand why his father took such a decision, but he was not in the habit of arguing with him. He knew that Ratnakar was a prudent man and he must be having enough justification for his action. So Sushila was asked to follow Ratnakar. They must walk up to the next village where they could hire a cart for their travel. They happened to pass by some fields teeming with lush crop. Excellent. The owner of these fields will become prosperous, observed Ratnakar. A man given to bad habits can hardly prosper, was the woman's comment. Ratnakar was surprised that a girl who speaks such nonsense was considered intelligent by some people. No cot was available in the next village. They had to continue walking. By noon, they passed through a small town rich with decent buildings. When they came to the end of the town, Ratnakar observed, "What a beautiful town." Pat came Sushila's reaction. "I have never seen a more ugly town." Ratnakar was shocked. This lady should never find place in my house again, he told himself. Soon they found a cart. The carter was willing to carry them to their destination, but he went into the town to bring some fodder for his bulls. Ratnakar lay down in the cart while the woman relaxed outside in the shade of the cart. A few yards away, a crow was cawing repeatedly. Suddenly, Ratnakar heard Sushila murmuring, "Don't tell me a word more. You crow, don't you see the consequence of my having paid attention to the jackal's message? I had to leave my husband's house. Maybe if I listen to you, I will never be able to return to his house." Intrigued, Ratnakar got down and asked Sushila, "What do you mean by these words?" "I mean what I told the crow. You see, because the sandalwood smells so good, it has to suffer rubbing. Because I have some unusual virtues, I have to suffer suspicion," replied Sushila. "I fail to understand you, my daughter," said Ratnakar. "I can understand the language of beasts and birds. One night I understood from the howling of a jackal that a packet of ornaments tied to a timber was floating in the river. I went out to collect the ornaments, carrying a jar with me. Upon collecting them, I thought it was not wise to carry them home at night. Anyone who saw them would raise several questions. So I buried them and returned with the empty jar. That made you suspicious about my conduct, and you decided to leave me at my father's place," explained Sushila. Ratnakar was surprised, but he was yet to be sure about the truth of Sushila's words. "And what did the crow tell you just now?" he asked. "It informed me that there are two potfuls of gold buried under the tree yonder," replied Sushila. Ratnakar found a spade in the cart. He dug the spot and found the pots. Delighted at the discovery and impressed with the woman, Ratnakar, as soon as the carter came, asked him to drive the cart back to his own home. On the way, they had to pass through the town. "My daughter, why did you describe this town as ugly?" said Ratnakar. "The town is no doubt remarkable for its fine buildings, but although we passed through the main uh, thoroughfare, I failed to notice a single rest house for travelers. The dwellers of the town have no consideration for the visitors and passers-by. They're ugly at heart, explained Sushila. A little later, they saw the fields abounding in crop. What was the significance of your comment about the owner of these fields? Asked Ratnakar. When you observed that the owner of these fields is lucky, a crow said that he had fallen into the habit of drinking and gambling. I only translated what the crow said, explained Sushila. Ajit was surprised to see them back home early in the night. Ratnakar reported to him his experience with Sushila on the way. Both were amazed and happy. The misunderstanding. Ratnakar, the merchant of Nandanpur, had a son named Ajit. Away in the city of Chitravati was another merchant